NASDAQ featured an article suggesting retirees need to focus on generating reliable and guaranteed income during retirement. And so joining me is Dave Mortach, president of Mortach Financial. And it sounds like, we've talked an awful lot about we buy something and we live off our savings and our savings is protected. But now we're talking a little bit about how we can generate more income.
Sure, Dave. In retirement, income's the most important thing. I've said for 19 years, you're going to have an annuity to retire. The generation before us, over 55% of them had a pension.
Right.
It's less than 10% now. They had great retirements. They had Social Security and they had a pension. We don't. Mm-hmm. Income in retirement's the most important thing. So let me ask you, you get a paycheck here, right?
Right, I get a paycheck and I use it and need it every month.
Right, and Kevin told me there's a lot of zeros at the end of it, so it's a very nice paycheck. I know better than that.
There's a couple zeros missing. Yeah. He's talking about the ones after the decimal point.
Oh, okay, I got it. I just want to make sure that's cool. So, but here's the thing, Dave. We live our whole lives on a paycheck. And then we think we're going to get into retirement and live off of our savings. That's dead wrong. You're going to live off of your income. The income in retirement is the most important thing, period.
So if we can, is there a type of annuity that our money is sitting in the annuity, that money doesn't diminish, but then it's actually generating income on top of that money?
Well, eventually it fades out, the money does. But the whole point is that people call it guaranteed lifetime income. I call it a personal pension. It's going to go until the day you die. Okay, so go ahead with the next one, Dave. The next one's a great thing about going towards a savings annuity.
Okay, it says we spend so much time focusing on having enough saved. Should we be looking at how to create income instead?
Yes, so the income.
I thought we just answered that.
Yeah, we did. You're on the next one. That's okay. This is why live TV is great. Dave and I can go back and forth. We can talk about his cooking, but let's talk about saving. Many people.
You're in trouble, dude.
I know. Well, that's all right. No, your cooking's great.
Okay, thanks.
So here's the fun. Many people thought they were going to retire, make their 4% at the bank on a CD, and be all set. Except, unfortunately, you can't make that at the bank. So I've told a lot of people, just replace that CD with a fixed index annuity. We can do what people wanted, keep the money safe, but still have growth of their principal and also no probate court.
So how many different kinds of situations do you find problems with people, or different kinds of situations, so you have to have like individual consults to make sure they're doing the right thing?
Absolutely. That's why we say it's a complimentary consultation. That means it's free for some people that like that word. All you're risking is your time. But Dave, everybody that comes in is a different situation. When are you going to retire? How quickly? Is it a husband and wife? How much money do you leave to the kids? There's a lot that goes into it. I tell people I'm going to ask you a million questions when you walk in the door. Mm-hmm. And then I'll put you into the right products.
So a lot of people, when they come to you and they have money in a 401k or something like that, and they want to buy an annuity, do they have access to that money once it's in the annuity?
Absolutely.
How does that work?
Yes. So there's two ways it goes. You're either setting up lifetime income, or you're using it like a retirement savings vehicle. So we roll over 401ks all the time to get their money safe, and I think that's really important today. And then we go one of the two directions. We can either have it for savings or we can have it for lifetime income.
So we're talking about this new NASDAQ article with the new information in it. So the information we used and talked about maybe a year ago doesn't necessarily apply to the information that's necessary today.
Well, things are changing. So again, just look at the market. For all intents and purposes, the market's been up for 10 straight years. I've asked everybody, tell me anything that's won for 10 straight years. Nobody can answer that. So what do you think's coming next? It's going to go the other way.
So as things change, so you told me to do something 5 years ago and I did it. Things have changed. Is there some way I can change what I did 10 years ago or with you, or 5 years ago? Or what you told me then is still going to work even though it's
still
changing?
Going to work. Yeah, that's a perfect question. It's still going to work. I have clients that we just talked about this with a client yesterday. People that signed up for these annuities 10 years ago that are starting their lifetime payments are going crazy at how much of a difference it's making in their retirement. Mm-hmm. And they're starting to say, hey, Dave, I know why we did this back then. Yes, that's why I'm still doing it today for everybody. We've got products to start payments down the road, payments quickly if you're retiring soon, and then you can use them like a retirement savings vehicle. And again, you and I talk about this all the time, no probate's critical.
So when we talk about your products, we're not talking about one thing, one idea, or one concept. There's many different ones and they're tailored to different needs.
Absolutely. That's why I said the initial part of the interview with a client is so important. And that's the key is, listen, there's your friend from your cooking again. He's back, which is very nice of him to visit.
I swear I saw that fly come out of your ear.
Well, I did not put your chili in my ear. I just want to be clear about this on TV, okay? So there's many different products, many different top companies, and that's how we take care of a client. Absolutely. Okay. Besides the flies.
Okay, so Dave has a special offer exclusively for you. It has nothing to do with insects, flies, chili, or anything else. So if you call in the next 30 minutes and schedule a complimentary appointment with Dave, He'll give you a copy of the Tom Hegna book, Don't Worry, Retire Happy, with contributions from Dave Mortach. He's actually listed in the book. How about that? The number to call right now is 877-GAINS-FOR-YOU, and if you'd like more information on how Dave can help you with your retirement needs, you can give him a call at 877-GAINS-FOR-YOU. Felt like I just said it a second ago and I said it again. Or head to his website, mortachfinancial.com.